Good evening, everyone. I'm Toastmaster Abhinav, your surgeon at arms, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 379th meeting of the Amrita Toastmasters Club. Here at our club, we foster a supportive and encouraging environment where members can hone their communication and leadership skills, paving the way for self confidence and personal growth. Before we kick off today's meeting, I kindly request everyone to keep your microphones on mute unless you're speaking to avoid background noise. Switch off mobile notifications or put your phones on silent mode to minimize distraction. Turn your cameras on if possible. We love to see your smiling faces and foster a more engaging session. Please also take note of a few important guidelines. Discuss on sex, religion, and politics, as well as mention of our institutions, are strictly prohibited. Let's maintain a professional tone throughout. Please avoid swearing or using any offensive language. For our speakers, a gentle reminder. Please be mindful of the time limit. Exceeding the allotted time may lead to disqualification. Finally, at the end of the meeting, a link to voting and feedback forms will be shared in the chat. We'd really appreciate if you could take a few moments to fill them out. Without further ado, I now hand over the virtual stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Namita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhinav. Am I audible and visible properly? Thank you so much. Good evening, ATC. How are you guys? Okay, Abhinav, sad to hear that, but let's hope it improves by the end of the meeting today. But today, let's start region wise. How many of you here are from Tamil Nadu? Okay, and to Aditya, no, hands down.
Hey, come on.
Uh,
I have been born and raised here my entire life. I'm allowed.
okay, cool. How was Pongal, people? Okay, yes, perfect. How many of you are Andhra people or Andhra people? Nobody? Yes. Okay. How was Sankranti, if I'm right?
Well, my neighbors are all are from Chennai, so you can't really say that I'm an Andhra Pradesh dude. I celebrate Pongal too, so
Okay. How was Pongal slash Sankranti?
all rightish, mixed, very mixed.
Okay. Cool. How many of you are Keralites? How was Indian Army Day, people? We don't have Pongal here. The the only productive thing or festive thing I did the whole day yesterday was wishing people happy Pongal. Nothing else. It was just a very normal day for me. I woke up late, had food, slept again, had food, slept again, and here I am. So it's okay, Keralites. We will have other festivals. We have Onam coming, we have Vishu coming, and okay, let's enjoy all of that. Coming back. So we are done with all the festive seasons, and we are back to yet another meeting of ATC, meeting number 379. Last week, we had two prepared speakers. This week as well, we have two prepared speakers. So I know I wasted a lot of time already. So without further wasting any more time, I hand over the stage to our general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Abhinav. But wait, before that, we have a guest. Guest Srivatsan Raja. Yes, you are
Hi, I
still
hope
a
all of
guest
you
for
are
us.
doing awesome. Sorry?
You're still a guest for us. Can you please
Uh,
introduce yourself?
okay, so my name is Srivatsan Raja. I'm from Triple E department, first year, and this is my second Toastmasters meeting. Um, so yeah, hope it's a nice one.
Okay, welcome to ATC Srivatsan. We also have one more guest, Riduparan Anand Kumar. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm audible.
Yes, you are very much audible. Can you please introduce yourself,
Yeah,
Riduparan?
I am Vidhuparan. I'm from EC department, currently third year, and this is my first meeting. So yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Hope you have a good time with us. and hope to see you for all the further meetings. We have one more guest. Guest Lakshmi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Lakshmi. I'm a BTech CSE student of first year, and this is my first Toastmaster meeting.
Glad to have you with us, Lakshmi. Enjoy our meeting. Now, again, without further ado, I would like to hand over the stage to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Abhinav.
Can you guys see me? All right. Am I the only psychotic dude who entered the college a bit early? I guess so. So, my job as the general evaluator is to basically evaluate the meeting as a whole, and I have a tag team along with me to help me out. So, first up, the timer for the day, Toastmasters Ahana.
Hello, everybody. I'm Toastmaster Sahana, and I'll be your timer for today. So some days ago, I was just thinking, and I came up with this amazing analogy for what a good speech is. And I would say that a good speech is like the punchline of a joke. If it is not perfectly timed, it is not going to land at all, right? And that is exactly what I'm here for. I will help you guys to keep your speeches in track. For the prepared speakers, I will show the green card. I hope it's visible, right? Okay, so I will show the green card at the end of 5 minutes, and then the yellow card at the end of 6 minutes, and the red card at the end of 7 minutes. For the table topic speakers, the green card will be shown at 1 minute, the yellow card will be shown at 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red card will be shown at 2 minutes. I hope all of you keep the time in your mind. And without further ado, I hand the control back to the general manager.
Well, next up, we have the counter Toastmaster Madhumita.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible? Yeah. As the accounter for today's meeting, my role is to listen carefully to all of you and note the use of filler words such as so, like, actually, and unnecessary repetitions that might disrupt the flow of the speech. At the end of the meeting, I'll be back with a rather sadistic report. So, back to the general evaluator.
Okay. At last, we have the grammarian Toastmaster Anand.
Hello everyone, am I audible? Great. So I am Toastmaster Anand and I am the grammarian for today's meeting. As a grammarian, my role is pretty simple. I will note down all the good usages and the bad usages of the grammar and I will report back at the end of the meeting. Additionally, let me introduce the word of the day. I will just drop it in the chat box. Give me a minute. Uh, yes. The word of the day is reverie. It is a pleasant state of being lost in your own thoughts. In other words, daydreaming, but in a very pleasant way. Let me give you some examples. I fell into a reverie about the freedom I would have once I got my first job. Let me give you another example. I sat in a reverie thinking about how our lives could be once we fell in love. So I encourage everyone to use the word of the day, reverie. Those who use the word you will get a special claps from me at the end of the meeting. Back to General Evaluation.
Great background, Toastmaster Anand. And the first speaker for today happens to be our president. And they always say that a rocket or a dynamite always comes in small package, exactly like our president. But once it blasts or once she starts talking, you understand its depth. Before that, I would like to call her individual evaluator Toastmaster Advait.
Thank you, Abhinav. Wow, that was a great introduction of Namrita. Okay, guys. So Toastmaster Namita is attempting her L2P3, Level 2 Project 3, Introduction to Toastmaster Mentoring. So the purpose of this project is twofold: to understand how Toastmaster mentorship works, and second, to share experience on when she was a prodigy. So she'll deliver a speech on how a mentor has helped change her life and how she has been viewing mentoring throughout her life. And I'm very excited to hear her speech ever since she sent me her title. It's a funny one. So yeah, really excited. All the very best, Namita. I'm pretty sure you'll do it. Very good job. Back to you, Channel Evaluator.
So, Toastmaster Namita, the CC bonding, the C and then the hyphen C bonding, the hyphen C bonding Toastmaster Namita.
Good evening, everyone. I am Toastmaster Namita, as I had introduced in the beginning itself. And the CC stands for carbon-carbon bonding people, if you did not understand. Okay, I have a very serious problem. Every time I sit to write a speech, my brain, it automatically jumps back to my childhood or my school days. It's like my brain just refuses to acknowledge that life exists beyond that period. But today, we are not going that bad. We are taking you to a very specific, a very confusing, a very dramatic, and a controversial phase of everybody's life. The time between finishing your 12th board exams and entering college. A phase that feels like a vacation, but you realize that it's actually unemployment with expectations. A heaven for few, but a trauma archive for most. Don't worry, we are not going there. I will go there, find out a person I met in the most unexpected person. A person who actually pushed me into the chaotic marathon of competitive exams. Person I still remember 5 years from then. So I still remember him as a person who made that madness of competitive exams at least bearable. But before moving on, let me ask you all a very simple question. How many of you here had your futures neatly and organized before entering your 11th and 12th? Career decided, entrance exams chosen, confidence level sky high. Wow, I am surprised to see no hands up. Impressive. Okay. Okay, guys, you belong to my group. I realized I had to plan my future towards the end of my 12th standard. And I genuinely believed in one particular philosophy. Chalega yaar. Just go with the flow. But unfortunately, life did not agree. Or in better words, life could not agree. Because towards a few days later, I suddenly noticed that everybody around me, every single person around me was fully planned. They had their timetable written, they had their competitive exam schedule written, they had their colleges pinned, they even had their fees ready. And what was I doing? When every other student in entrance coaching was worried about mock exams, rank lists, leaderboard, you know what I was worried about? Lunch plans and holidays. Yes, I was living life to the fullest. Only for namesake, obviously. But you can say I was living life to the fullest, at least for a very short period. But, life is not always fair. This phase did not last very long, even for me. I too was pulled into the unending black hole called entrance coaching. But unlike all the horror stories you might hear from everybody here, my coaching days were actually fun. We had classes every day after school. And the best part was that everybody in school was there for coaching as well. It actually felt like an extended school with a bit more panic. I still remember the first day I entered my entrance coaching class, September 12th, 2022. I walked in. I saw students running here and there. I saw faculty with piles of textbook and serious expression that said, say goodbye to happiness. And serious faces that was enough to scare away the motivation itself. But I did not lose determination. I walked in. I told myself, Namita, you're going to be serious. You're going to study. You want to write every exam you have beautifully and ace everything. And then I encountered somebody, the same hefty built faculty who walked past me with a strict expression, turned out to be the sweetest and the most chillest human being could have ever imagined. My chemistry faculty. He never once felt like a faculty. He laughed with us, he joked with us, he enjoyed every class just like we did. Most importantly, very, very important, he treated us like human beings. And the scariest part, without even us realizing it, we were actually studying chemistry. Looking back now, I realized something very important. At that time, I wasn't just a student, I was a prodigy. And he wasn't just a faculty, he was a mentor. Even though neither of us knew the words or even told each other that we were these, I just realized that I was a prodigy and he was a mentor. Because he did more than teach chemistry. He removed the fear. He built confidence. He made learning feel possible. For the first time ever, chemistry stopped being a subject that was filled with periodic tables and reactions, and it actually became something I felt capable of understanding. Disclaimer: I don't remember anything I studied in chemistry, but yes, the confidence still exists. He never sat us down and said, "From today onwards, I am your mentor. You are going to study what I am going to teach you." He never said that. There was no dramatic background music, there was no appointment letters, not even a PowerPoint slide explaining the role of me in your life, the role of chemistry in your life, nothing. He just showed up. He showed up consistently. He showed up genuinely. And with more belief, he had more belief in us than we ever had. And that awkward confidence somebody gives you as a loan when you never asked for it, but you actually needed it. It was that. Mentoring is not always about authority. It's about saying, I am there for you and you can do it. Today, when I look back, I realize how deeply this mentorship has affected me, not just academically, but personally. It changed how I view teachers, it changed how I approach learning as a total. And it definitely changed how I quickly panicked when I heard the term chemistry. So, all of this in total taught me one thing, majorly one thing. The most impactful mentors, they just don't announce yourself. They don't ask for respect. They don't ask you to note down this so that they will come for the exam. Nothing like that. They just silently observing you, silently guiding you and supporting you. And honestly, all of this has taught me just one single lesson in life. That was a time I studied a chemistry that I may not remember in equations, but it's chemistry I will never forget. A chemistry stronger than a carbon-carbon bond. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Well, I forgot that I was the general evaluator. I was just looking and clapping at Namitaka's speech. It was just that way, and it was very similar to my story. So I was just thinking about the story. So sorry, guys. And next up, we have a speaker who not only shows grace with her moves but also with her words. That's Toastmaster Shruti. And prior to that, I would like to call her individual evaluator Toastmaster Abhinav.
Uh, Good evening, everyone. Again, I'm Toastmaster Abhinav. I'm audible, right? Okay, cool. So again, I'm Toastmaster Abhinav, and I'm going to be the individual evaluator for Toastmaster Shruti. So Toastmaster Shruti is doing her level 1 project 3. So this particular project requires the Toastmaster um, to emphasize on vocal variety and body language while giving their speech. Why so? Because speech is not only telling a story through your mouth, but also through your actions, also through your voice, your modulation, to let the other party know what were the emotions you or what are the emotions you are trying to convey. Now, with that, I already know what Toastmaster Shruti's speech title is, and I'm very, very interested as to what she means by it. I have few speculations here and there, but let's just keep the suspense to Toastmaster Shruti. Now, with that, I'll hand it back to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Abhinav.
So, Toastmaster Shruti, not lost, just loading. Not lost, just loading. Toastmaster Shruti.
First of all, thank you, Abhinav, for that wonderful intro you gave about me. Okay. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Toastmaster Shruti Shaktived. So let me start with something we all have in common back in third grade or fourth grade. When someone asked us, what do you want to become when you grow up? We answered like we had already planned our entire life. Engineer, doctor, IAS officer. No hesitation, no confusion, just pure confidence. Even though at that age, we didn't even know the difference between there, and they are. Basically, English was also confused about its future. Then we reached high school. Same dreams, but with the same amount of pressure. Suddenly, people stopped asking what we want to become and started asking things like which stream, which entrance exam, and which coaching center. And honestly, sometimes we didn't choose the path we wanted. We chose the path that everyone else chose. Because when 200 people are running towards science, you don't want to be the one standing there and asking, guys, is it compulsory? So we ran with the crowd very obediently. And somehow we all ended up right here doing engineering in this college. Then college happened. Now, when somebody asks, what's your dream? We upgrade our answers. Scientists, entrepreneur, startup founder. Very impressive. But me, as an ECE student, reality looks slightly different. We started with, I want to innovate. And now it's like, bro, how did you even get that waveform? We thought we'd build robots, but instead, we are building patience. We talk about signals, but half of the time we are just searching for them. And at this point, we are not really dreaming about anything. We are just trying to survive. We are just trying to clear exams, finish our assignments at 11:59 p.m. and figure out why that one subject even exists. Somewhere between deadlines, attendance shortages, lab records, and surprise tests, we we start wondering whether everyone else is confident or are they just pretending to be confident. But it's not just college, right? It's life in general. Some way along the path, friendship change. People we spoke to every day slowly become people we just like on Instagram. Some plans work, some don't, and some fail so quietly that only we notice. And change doesn't always come with a warning. It just shows up on some one day and expects us to just deal with it. Growing up feels less than having answers and more like just learning to how to cope up with it. And that's when stress quietly walks in. LinkedIn makes it look like everyone has an internship, a startup, and a side hustle before breakfast, and while we are here celebrating if our code runs without any errors. Relatives ask about our future plans, like it's their monthly performance review. And then we start asking ourselves, am I late? Am I doing enough? Or am I even on the right path? But then you realize something. Playing safe feels comfortable and staying where you are feels secure. But if everything in life was supposed to be figured out this early, then growing up wouldn't feel this confusing, right? And honestly, most of us are not stuck. We are just processing. So if you're in the first year, excited about the college life, enjoy it. If you're in the second year, slowly realizing that this is not school anymore, welcome people. If you're in the third year, oh my god, we are just tired. And if you're in the final year, honestly, respect. Respect, seriously. Because no matter which year we are in, we are all learning things they never taught us in class. How to deal with the failure, how to handle it, how to handle stress, how to keep things going even if it doesn't happen as you planned. So, honestly, none of us are late and none of us are failing at life. We are just people who still get excited about holidays, still get stressed about exams, still overthink about this every small decisions we take, and still asks our seniors, bro, will this subject come in the next semester? We are still growing. And let's be honest, we are still kids, guys, just with bigger problems and a little bit amount of sleep. So assignments will come, exams will come, and responsibility eventually gets added up. And somehow we always show up the next day anyway, right? So if life feels so confusing right now, don't worry. You're not lost. You're you're just loading. With that, I conclude my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shruti. And next up, we have one of the most exciting parts of the meeting, which is the table topics session, and it's getting conducted by Toastmaster Daita. I am personally very excited about her theme. So, Toastmaster Daita, the stage is all yours.
Good evening, dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. I hope your day has been going well. If it's not, I hope the session makes it a little bit more interesting. I am Toastmaster Daita and I'll be your host for this evening's table topic session. Uh, I would like to start with a question. How many of you were night owls? Can I get a raise of hands? How many of you have at least seen 2 a.m. or 2:30? Let's keep it at 2:30. Right? Okay. So today's topics are inspired by my own quirky thoughts that I get when I'm in a state of reverie at 2 a.m. And well, I don't care if you guys can relate or not, but my one small request would be whatever topic you get, leave your logic a little bit outside, keep it for later. Let's use your logic later and let's just have fun. So I have 8 topics. I would request any speaker who comes up to choose a number between 1 to 8. And with that, let's get started. Do we have any volunteers? Yes. Pick a number between 1 to 8.
6.
All right. Okay, listen to me carefully. You are the guy who built the building. Explain to us why you chose to call it the building when it has already been built. Do you want me to repeat the question?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you are the guy who built the building, a building. Okay, you're the guy who built the first building, let's say, and you coined the term building to it. You should explain to us why you chose to call it the building when it has already been built.
Thank you, Toastmaster Daita, for that wonderful topic. First of all, this kind of thought is like a reverie, but not like a reverie at the same time. These kinds of thoughts, I would say, are quite similar to the thoughts which I have during the daytime, during my lectures, rather than during the night time at 2 or 2:30 because I'll be busy reading a book or watching a series or studying if fate has it for me at that time. Now, with the question, why would I call a building a building? Well, the answer lies because it's a building. At 2:30, you won't have the brain power to think of a name, but you will have the brain power to think of the most random possible things in the world. And I believe name is not one of them. And being let's say I am a civil engineer and I do build a building, rather than being concerned about why I named the building a building, everyone should be concerned as to how I made it, whether I actually use the right materials to build the building, whether it'll last for another day. So, Toastmaster Dayata, if you do have a thought that I built the building and named it building, please correct your question or correct your thought. You should be more concerned about what I did to the building while building it rather than naming it the building. Thank you.
That was a very polite way of asking me to look at your hard work rather than the result and how you chose to call it. Well, do we have a volunteer for our next speaker or? Yes, please choose a number between 1 to 8. 6 is gone.
Can I have 5, please?
Sure. Okay. Assuming that you have the power to talk to insects, convince a mosquito. No,
Go on.
I'm not done. I'm not done. Convince a mosquito that Horlicks is just a better and healthier option for it than blood.
My dear mosquito. See, we've grown quite close in the past few years. I've come to care for you like one of my own friends. And it really troubles me that you are of the size that you are. It does not sit with my thoughts that you should be called out for your stature like our dear president has. I believe that there needs to be more to your life than just blood sucking. Blood sucking is overused. You have vampires doing that. You have other insects doing that. I don't want you to be called second class or tagging onto someone else's train. I want you to introduce to you something novel, something that will bring you joy, happiness, and reverie in your life. I want you to consider Horlicks. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. I know it sounds, I know it sounds a bit strange to consider Horlicks, but trust me. Some way, somehow, you have to believe me. There are nutrients in there. It is not simply for the sake of chocolate milk am I asking you to bring it. But yes, chocolate is a good substitute for blood. In fact, I would say it would keep you more awake, better food for your children, and hopefully you'll grow a bit taller also. We'll see what happens. The reason I say this is that I don't want you to buzz around me anymore. I want to be generous with you. I want to give you an entire tub of Horlicks, a kettle, and ask you to make it yourself. You see, freeloading of your roommate is not kind, it's not polite. I feel as bad as you do. I don't want you to ask. You don't want to ask me. So, tell you what, we will go to the store now. I will get you one cup of Horlicks. You have a taste, you tell me how you like it. And if you don't, please bother our table topics master in her room. I'm pretty sure my blood is interested. Back to you, PTM.
That was a good one. I hope your mosquito grows taller, stronger, and much more intellectual. Can I have one of the guests, please? Yes. A number between 1 to 8, 5 and 6 have already been chosen.
I'll go with 7.
Okay. Give some constructive feedback to a watery sambar that you get at a very random mess in an unknown university and help it build some character and personality.
Can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, sure. Give some constructive feedback to a very watery sambar. Okay, that you get daily at a random mess at an unknown university and help it build some character and personality.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure most of us, okay, on a day-to-day basis, we stay awake in the midnight. We stay till 2 a.m. when the lights are out. We're just staring at the ceiling with a chain of thoughts in our brain, and these are the questions that come in our brain. And yes, I did think about this. I immediately rushed to my mirror. I looked at myself and I asked myself, can I compare myself to the sambar that they provide in the hostel? And I thought, what am I constitute of? What makes me? Should I be dense? What needs to be added? And if I'm comparing myself, then I think the sambar needs more character. It needs more vegetables put into it. Needs more dal put into it. Needs to have the perfect consistency. It cannot be too watery. I cannot be shallow. I need things to be added to me to make me the perfect human being. And when I compare myself to a sambar, I have so many questions that I ask myself. What am I becoming, or where is life heading? And these sort of questions help me build my character. So if I want to talk to the sambar, I would think about what sort of things that I have to put into the sambar so that it doesn't become watery. It has a character to it, or what I need to put into it so that it becomes more tasty. And I think we can all compare ourselves to sambas. The more we put into ourselves, more tasty we become, and more desirable become. And I think, yeah, that's about it. Over to you, Daita.
Thank you so much. In hopes of not having any more terrible sambas. Do we have time for two more topics? Can I can I have one more guest?
Yes, go on, go on.
Yes, yes, Lakshmi. A number between 1 to 8, 5, 6, and 7 have been taken.
Number 4, please.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
4, 4.
Okay. Here's your question. The mirror in your room has run away from your house and chosen to spill some secrets of yours on social media. What would it be writing about? Should I repeat the
The
question?
mirror in my room. No, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you. So the mirror in my room is possibly the witness to some of the darkest interpretations of whatever art that human history has gone through. It's the sole witness to the darkest interpretations of all those art forms. So I'd like to think of myself as an artist, and if my mirror had to tolerate every second of every day watching me cycle through these horrific demonic impressions, it would out me as a fraud of an artist. It would definitely trash my singing skills, and it would definitely trash my impersonation skills, that is my drama skills, definitely. And it would definitely trash my instrumental skills, specifically the way I use my study desk as a drum, and the way I turn my study books into discs of destruction, to quote Kung Fu Panda. Now, how would that affect me? I think that's one aspect of it that I should focus on, because see, the mirror went and blabbered it all over internet. So I need to focus on my coping mechanism. I'd probably get a better, nicer mirror that has the same appreciation to art as I do, and then I would perform art with it in front of it all day long, and then we would trash talk my old mirror together to let it know that no one gets away with disrespecting true art. So, Toastmaster Daita, if your mirror one day runs away and bravos about you, you go and buy a new mirror, because we all deserve good, supportive mirrors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guest Lakshmi. I'm sure none of us would want any of our mirrors having the ability to speak. Uh, one final topic. Can I have a Toastmaster or a guest? Anybody who's ready to volunteer? All right, I'll pick someone then. Uh, Toastmaster Advait, would you like to give it a go?
Yeah, sure. Dude, I've been having network issues the whole time. Yes, sure. Okay.
Okay, we'll see how it goes. 1, 2, 3, or 8.
8. Let's go for 8.
If you don't mind, can I just give you 3? Okay, you know what? 8, 8,
Ha,
8, 8, 8. Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go for 8. Uh, okay. You are the coriander that has been trapped inside a cold, dark fridge, and you're facing a dilemma. You want to experience the warm and bright sunshine that's there in the outside world, but that would eventually lead to your death. But you don't want to stay in this cold, dark, depressed room anymore. What decision would you take and justify your decision? Do you want me to repeat the topic?
No, I got it. Coriander. Okay. I don't even know what that thing is. Okay, sure. Okay, coriander. So I am a coriander in a fridge. I'm in a dark place. I want to go out, see the sunlight. So what this reminds me of is the Icarus story, So Icarus was a person who flew into the sun. His dad told him that don't fly too close to the sea, don't fly too close to the sun. It'll burn you. But he did not listen. He went to the sun. And I am a coriander right now. And I am relatable to this coriander because I've been living at my home for the past 5 days. I couldn't get out of because of my midterm studies. I wanted to get out for a long time, but I couldn't. So I knew this feeling, okay. And I want to get out. I want to get out of this fridge. But I can't. It'll kill me. But so does every fear, doesn't it? We all think that the one thing that we want will kill us. Yet we go for it, don't we? I don't know how to say it, but yeah, in a way, I am relatable to Icarus because I want to go to that sun still. I want to feel its warmth, even if it kills me. Because, what better way is there to live rather than fly? So, coriander, I am a coriander who will get out of the fridge if that is what it takes to feel the warmth. Yeah.
I I highly appreciate you making it very philosophical, but I am very surprised by the fact that you don't know what a coriander is. But we'll get to that later. With that, let's conclude the table topic session. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dedheta. The transition from one question to another was fantastic. I don't think anyone would predict the questions also. And to the last part of the meeting, we have the evaluation session. First, we have Toastmaster Advait, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Namita's speech. So, yeah.
All right. First thing I would like to say is I'm sorry, Namita. I had network issues, so I was not able to see your full image clearly. Okay, it was a blur. Okay, so I'm really sorry about that part. But I was able to hear your speech, so I'm going to evaluate you based on that. Carbon bonding. Very good title and a speech worthy of that title indeed. You introduced your speech, you introduced your arc first, the introduction of the 12th and the college, the in between your arc where you were a person who had this philosophy of just going with the flow. That was you. And I know you. You are that person still. So yeah. And you introduced this person, meeting a person, but you kept that suspense until the mid part. We didn't know who the person was, right? So yeah, you explained this whole arc of 12th, your coaching days. And honestly, I don't know how coaching days was fun. Yeah, but still, okay. For you, it was fun. Lunch. Yeah, okay, good. So your whole speech was very good structure. Then you went into this relationship with your chemistry teacher, the introduction of the guy. Or I don't know if it is a guy or a ma'am. You didn't tell us that. I don't know the name. You should have told me the name. Okay, cool. Now, so you introduce this person, and this person who's had a huge impact on you, this guy who or woman who silently guides you, and not in the grand gestures that you think, but in the small way of showing up. That is what matters, and that is what mattered to you. And you were able to convey that point to us very well. You had a good writing of your speech, whole well structured, and facial expression. From the blurry facial expression I was able to tell, but you had good facial expressions. You were able to help us feel those emotions that you were feeling through your smile, through your sadness, everything. And your emphasis on words, specific words where you want to tone, like when you want that serious, when you want that specific thing to be highlighted, you have that emphasis. So yeah, that changing of tone is very good. And the asking questions to the audience, yeah, that is a very good way to connect to the audience. It's a very good job. All of this very good job. Now, improvements part. So your camera, okay. So I know this is an online meeting. So I know, but gestures are a very good way to help audience feel it, right? So instead of having it fully to your face, you could maybe show it your hands, okay? Make the view like that. That is one improvement. And second is in your writing. So I could tell that this chemistry teacher had this impact on you, but you only gave me the flavor of the whole thing. You're born with a chemistry teacher. You said he quietly, silently guided you, not in the grand gestures, but showed up. Yeah, you were able to tell some specific parts, but I would like to explain it more. I want the audience and me to understand who this guy is, who exactly is this, what what made him help you, how he helped you. So yeah, that is what the improvement is. Explain more on that part. Other than that, everything was good. You had a very well structured speech, very good tone, very good vocal variety, everything stuff. Except this improvement on gestures and this writing, everything is good, Namita. And congratulations on completing your L2 P3. Thereby completing your level 2, I believe. Yeah, congratulations. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Advait. And next up, we have Toastmaster Abhinav, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Shruti's speech. So, yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Again, I'm Toastmaster Abhinav. Toastmaster Shruti, not lost, just loading. I believe each and everyone here, knowingly or unknowingly, wanted to hear something like that. We, especially third years, are at a stage where we don't know what we are doing with our life. Being when we were at our first year, we thought, right, we still have 3 more years. Then comes second year. We are like, we do have 2 more years. And then now we are at third year. Now feels like a final year. We are completely lost. But you taught us something, or you shared with us something very small but very important. And that is, I believe everyone has their own time. Don't compare yourself with anyone else. You're not lost, you're just loading. Thank you for sharing that wonderful thought. Now, coming to your speech, your introduction to how you started off was very good. What I personally try to notice or personally try to do when I'm writing a speech is try to give an introduction which tries to include everyone so that their thoughts or their complete attention is towards my speech. They don't get lost, they don't get bored. You did a wonderful job on that. The way you use different examples, you made sure that you brought examples into your speech. You didn't make it purely philosophical. You brought real life experience and examples. How we had different aspirations when we were in our middle school, and then how it changed when we uh, became in a high school, and then how it changed now when we are in college, right? How we are first we were like we want to become an IPS or an engineer or scientist, and now we are trying to find out the waveform in a DSO. Very wonderful, very good. Another thing I noticed is the sentence which you said, change doesn't come with a warning. Very good. Change never comes with a warning. And we don't have any other option rather than adapting to it. And the way you told that each and every one is adapting, I believe your speech was very well written in the fact that all of us here, especially as engineers, could connect to what you were saying. And this is my thought, is if you feel uncomfortable, that means you're growing. I believe you also mentioned that, right? Now, moving on to the points that you could improve on your speech, it will be, since it is a project that requires vocal variety and body language, it will be better that you distance yourself from the camera, as Toastmaster Advait said to Toastmaster Namida, so that your hand actions or hand gestures will be much more visible, right? And since it's online, I believe you could give a much more stress or give much stress to your voice modulation, right? Because it's not face to face, so we can't gauge much. But overall, your conclusion, your body intro, your body, and your conclusion, mainly your conclusion, was amazing. With that, congratulations on finishing your level 1 P3 onto the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster. And next we have the tag team report. First, we have the timer Toastmaster Sahana.
Hello, everybody. I'm back with my report, and I'm pleased to say that there have been no time disqualifications today. And yes, let's move on to the report. For the prepared speakers, Toastmaster Namita spoke for 7 minutes and 8 seconds. Toastmaster Shruti spoke for 5 minutes and 43 seconds. And for the table topic session, Toastmaster Abhinav N spoke for 1 minute 38 seconds. Toastmaster Aditya Saman spoke for 1 minute 52 seconds. Guest Srivatsan Raja spoke for 1 minute 34 seconds. Guest Lakshmi spoke for 1 minute 58 seconds. And Toastmaster Advait spoke for 1 minute 27 seconds. Moving on to the individual evaluation session, Toastmaster Advait spoke for 3 minutes and 21 seconds. And Toastmaster Abhinav N, you spoke for 3 minutes and 29 seconds. Yes, and that's pretty much it. Back to the general evaluator.
Thank you for that precise report. And next we have the counter Toastmaster Madhumita.
Hello, everyone. I'm back with my brutal report. So, Toastmaster Advait, 1 hour, 1 so, the repetition of the words yeah and you know, and the word and. Then Toastmaster Abhinav R, repetition of the word it was multiple times. Namita, 1 so, repetition of the words a person, written, he had, and 4 hours and 2 buts. Toastmaster Abhinav N, 2 hours, 1 Toastmaster Shruti, 2 hours, 2 Uh, Toastmaster Data, 2 hours, 1 Toastmaster Aditya, repetition of the word I want and I know. Guest Srivatsan, repetition of the word 5 hours. Guest Lakshmi, 4 hours, repetition of so and definitely. Yeah, back to the general evaluator.
Thank you for that brutally honest and apt report. And next we have the grammarian Toastmaster Anand.
Am I audible? All right. First of all, coming on to the word of the day, reverie. It was used by two people, Abhinav Nethalat and Aditya Saman. I hope nobody else used that, right? Because I had a bit of internet connection in between. Okay, I guess nobody else used that. Let's give a big round. Oh, Daita used it. Okay, yeah. So Daita as well. Let's give a big round of applause to all of these people. Okay, coming on to the grammarian's report. Let me first say all the good usages. Toastmaster Abhinav Reddy, you began with a dynamite. What he said was, dynamite comes in small pockets. That was a great introduction for Toastmaster Namita. Toastmaster Namita, unemployment with expectations, a trauma archive, a chemistry stronger than carbon-carbon bonding. Toastmaster Shruti, not lost, just loading. We ran with the crowd very obediently. Stress quietly walks in. Change doesn't come with a warning. Toastmaster Aditya Saman, blood sucking is overused. uh, guest Srivatsan, chain of thoughts in our brain. Guess Lakshmi. Okay, so while you were speaking, I had a bit of internet issues, though I could only hear few parts. One of it was risks of destruction, if I'm not wrong, and the other one, no one gets away with disrespecting good art. That was good. Toastmaster Advait, what a better way to live other than fly. That was great. Now coming on to the bad usages, I don't know if I was being optimistic or if I didn't listen properly. I just have very few bad usages. One of the thing is, yes, what am I constitute of could be what am I constituted of or what am I made of? What a better way to live other than fly could be. Is there a better way to live other than fly or what a better way to live other than fly? So that's it for the grammarian's report. Back to the general knowledge.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. And finally, we have my report. I'm going to start with the exact same old line. The meeting started at 6:05, 5 minutes late, but it's all right. I mean, it's a virtual platform, so yeah. And we have two speaking sessions by Toastmaster Namita and Toastmaster Shruti. Both of them were interactive and expressive. Toastmaster Namita, the way she used say goodbye to happiness, we were actually studying. And her facial expressions were very good. And he had more belief in us than ourselves. And Toastmaster Shruti, I feel like this is something we can all understand. Bro, how did you get that waveform? I personally I was a big fan of that phrase. And Toastmaster Daita, the questions were amazing, honestly. They went from buildings to mosquitoes and Horlicks, watery sambar, and missing mirror and veggies stuck in a refrigerator. And the way she gave this feedback sort of thing after like each and every speech was wonderful. And the one thing that I would like to appreciate you guys throughout the meeting is everyone, you use the virtual clap finally. We are getting used to it. I can see it. And the one thing that I did not like was sometimes we forgot to use the Toastmaster phrase in front of people. So please don't forget. Please don't forget using it. So that's completely it. Great meeting, guys.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhinav. Before I move on, I request everybody to please fill up the forms that has been posted in the chat. Okay, first and foremost, I need everybody to clap for Toastmaster Daita here today. Isn't this your first table topic session, Daita?
Yes.
Okay, amazingly done. Did any of you catch that it was your
Thank you.
first session? No. The questions ranged from Mount Everest to Mariana Trench. There was no relation between any of those questions, and it was beautifully aligned with the theme for today, which was 2 a.m. sessions. Before college, I never saw that time, but thankfully, college has given me 3 a.m., 4 a.m., even 5 a.m. Thanks to the college. So, Daita, good job and all the best for all your future roles. Now, meeting was beautiful today. How did you guys like it? Abhinav, did your thumbs down may be a thumbs up? Yes, I can see a heart there. Excellent. Great to see you're doing your job. Yes, were you saying something? Let's hear from the guests today as well. Do you want to speak, Srivatsan Raja?
It was a wild table topic, a watery sambar. It made me reach the depths of my brain trying to understand what to put into the sambar. So crazy good table topic. It was really really nice, and the prepared speeches was also pretty good. It gave me an understanding of what I should expect in each year that I move forward. And yeah, overall it was a very very good session. Kudos to all of you.
Thank you so much, Yes, Srivatsan Raja. Hope to see you for more meetings as a member, not as a guest anymore. Then we also had two more people. Guest Lakshmi, would you like to share your feedback?
Yeah, I've been anticipating coming to these meetings for definitely 2 months now. So I'm really glad I finally got to be here. And everyone are super prepared. That's what I like most about this club. I don't know how much of it is improvised or what. And I was there for the Informants Gambit session. I actually wanted to congratulate you people for that day. Actually, it was genuinely amazing, and that event made prompted me to come to this meeting. And special, congrats to Data for the table topics. I had a great time. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Are you both classmates? You and Daita?
Adjacent rooms.
Oh, wow.
She can speak
Closer
more
bond.
about me than my mirror can, so.
Okay. We are definitely having you in the club, Lakshmi, so that we can hear about both of you from each other. Hoping to see you soon as a member as well. Daita, bring her in. You promised me. Yes. We have one more guest. We have guest Riduparan. Do you like to share your feedback? The horn of the bus was audible. Okay, I think he has network issues or something. Before we wind up today's meeting, I have a few announcements, people. We have a tall tale contest, something that's pretty new to the whole of Toastmasters fraternity, not just for our club. Because of the conclave that I was speaking about last week, we have a tall tale contest in our club as well. So basically, what a tall tale contest is supposed to be is it's just you take any random situation that you have encountered in life and exaggerate it. Exaggerate it as much as you can. You know how maida in the parota it just stretches? That's exactly what we expect from you from a tall tale contest. So we have a tall tale contest somewhere after midsems. We have not yet finalized the dates. So somewhere around 28 to 30, you can expect the tall tale contest. It'll be after classes. So I urge all of you to please participate in the same. And the two winners from the tall tale contest from our club will proceed on to the area level in our conclave on Feb 1st. So I want all of you to register for tall tale and the area conclave. Done? Yes, you cannot participate in the contest, but you can definitely take part in the conclave as a guest if any of you want to. Yes, we have our results finally. Yes, guys, let's go. Okay, the best role player for today is a table topics master, Toastmaster Daita. Our best auxiliary role player for today is our grammarian Toastmaster Anand. Our best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Nitya Samant. Our best prepared speaker is Toastmaster Shruti. And our best individual evaluator is Toastmaster Abhinav N. Congratulations to all the winners for today. I adjourn meeting number 379 officially. But before we leave, we need a proper photo at least this meeting. I request everybody to turn on cameras. Yes, definitely, Riduparan. We would love to have you for all our future meetings. Please do join us.
Can we have your cameras on if possible? We would love to see your faces. Okay, so I believe everyone is ready. Can everyone smile, thinking of our president smiling? One more. Done. This time I did take it properly, so no worries.
Good job, Toastmaster Abhinav. Proud of you. Hope it is reflected in our glimpses poster as well.
A glimpses poster, that is our BPPS job.
Okay. Recording is on. Okay, guys. Hereby, I adjourn meeting number 379 officially. You're free to leave or network, stay online. Thank you so much for joining. Hope to see you next week as well.